Welcome. Inaugural Shots Fired Show with PIG PKR. I'm your host, Pigman. This is Pecker.
How you doing? Making my on-air debut.
A little bit of info about what we're trying to do here. We're just going to try to do a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, and see how it works out. Show about Halo and for people who love Halo. It's not going to really be competitively focused. It's not going to be focused on 343 bashing or bashing of any sort. If bashing needs done, shots need fired, so to speak. Shots will be fired.
Yeah. Call it like we see it. Open discussions on anything.
Make no mistake, shots will be fired. A little bit of background. I've been playing Halo 1 since it was on PC, probably over 10 years ago. I started playing a shit ton of Halo trial, mostly all blood gulch, running with the pistol, 3 shots for the win. Played a little bit of Halo 2 when it came out on Vista way back when. Wasn't super impressed with it. So I was kind of limited in my Halo 2 exposure until I got an modded Xbox eventually that had Halo 2 on it. And I only played through the campaign a little bit, didn't play a lot of the multiplayer. Got back into Halo whenever I eventually got an Xbox 360.
Toward the end of 3.
And we started playing Halo 3 together. Maybe a couple months, 3 or 4 months before Reach came out.
Yeah.
You got Reach.
Early 2010, probably.
Yeah, we started playing Reach together. We played Reach until Halo 4 came out.
The duration.
And that's when we really started having a lot of fun with Halo. Together, any which way, was playing Halo Reach.
Yeah.
Played Halo 4 for the entirety. We were at the midnight launch.
Yeah, I was at midnight launch for Reach
11-6. What was the year? 11-6-12?
10.
No, for 4.
Oh, 12.
Oh, so you were at the Reach launch.
I was at the Reach launch, yeah. I was midnight release for the last 2 games. I didn't midnight release for the Master Chief's Collection, though.
Yeah, we kind of did. We were sitting there waiting whenever.
Yeah, we had digital download midnight release, huh?
So, and we were kind of disappointed, too, because as soon as it was available, then we had to download that fucking 15 gig patch that they said that we wouldn't have to download again.
Hours.
So what did we do that night? We played a little bit of
4 custom H2 classic games.
Couple custom games and a little bit of a campaign.
Yeah. Which campaign's stellar in the Master Chief Collection also.
So that's us. That's who we are. This is what we're going to try to do. Hopefully it's not too
We're brothers, by the way.
And I guess that's a good point. I'm the older brother, better looking, better at Halo.
Debatable.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
I guess this week we'd like to talk about what's going on in the world of Halo. Right now we've got the Iron Gaming Columbus tournament going on. The finals are being broadcasted on Twitch as we speak. I'm going to go ahead and we'll watch a little bit of Iron Gaming here, throwing some volume.
We were watching Hines at BR2. It looks like he just got torn down by a sword.
We can listen into Golden Boy and
I think I do better commentating, though.
He's pretty good, man.
I'm just kidding shit. I think it's a little weirdo.
So this is CLG and who? Evil Genesis, I believe, playing here?
Yeah.
Yep, Evil Genesis.
CLG's
got Ogre 2, who's like, if not the premier Halo 2 player.
Yeah, it's a joy just watching Ogre 2 play.
What was that team they were originally on? It was him, Walshy, his brother, and Hines, was it?
Yeah. Man, I honestly can't remember the name of that team. Final Boss.
Final Boss
is what it was. Yeah, the Halo 2 Dominators.
One thing we're going to have to make plenty obvious is we're no experts in the competitive Halo scene. We know some teams. We're always trying to learn.
What we have is a love for Halo. That's it. You know what I mean? I'm average even KD on every Halo game. I'm not anything superior or stellar. I just love to play the game. I like objective game types a lot. I love to play capture the flag. I'm not a bad slayer. I'm a decent player. I'm no means competitive, but I like every aspect of the Halo universe, whether it be campaign, multiplayer, the books, the shows, everything that you can do. Everything that is Halo, I enjoy doing. And I like to watch the competitive streams, although I'm not near anywhere that could be a competitive player. But yeah, so
that little seg there, like I was saying, we're not what you would call competitive masters. We don't know everything about the lore. We haven't read every book. We both read our fair share of lore, but most of our experience is limited to in-game and what we've read on our Halo and other various sources.
Yeah, we take a lot of stuff from Reddit, the Waypoint forums. There's a lot of different sites that I like to visit myself for different information about Halo, what the community's talking about.
One thing we're gonna make sure we don't do here, we're never gonna pass off somebody's ideas as our own as well.
Yeah, no, yeah.
We don't want to be those guys.
No. Now, if I like an idea that I've seen, I'll definitely project it and tell you my point of view on it, but I will in no way, shape, or form say that it was.
Promise to try to give credit where credit is due.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Anyway, Iron Gaming going on here. This is the finals. I believe this is a $10,000 tournament in the Halo
That's
Championship
Snipe Down. No wonder his name is Snipe Down. That dude's just a master with that rifle, dude.
He's a boss. I love watching his.
Gosh, look at that. Did you see that?
I love watching his montages on YouTube. The guy's great. He's definitely fun to watch.
Oh yeah. Roy's really good too. It didn't look like it in that.
I mean, this is a who's who of who's best at Halo.
Well, of course, this is the finals, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, Pistola. Again, we all know Pistola as the runner-up in the 1v1 Halo 4, the Halo 4 Global Championships. Yeah, he was the runner-up.
Dropped to ace. Yeah, that was a great close match.
Yeah, very intense battle to one, if you remember right. Yeah. For the finals, because they tied in their 10-minute game, and then the tiebreaker was a battle to one. And if you didn't get a chance to watch that, you should look that up on YouTube. That's a really intense game, and it was nice to watch.
Who Pistola holding down Library, taking out Snakebite. Nice. Pistol is one of my favorite new players. Yeah. He's in your new generation of players. Your Ninjas, your Pistolas.
Yeah, I like Ninja a lot. Ninja's a pretty good player. I don't feel like he's on the same. Oh yeah. He's a really good personality. He's good personality for the community.
Yeah, his play may not be as good as these guys. But
he is. No, I mean Ninja's really good though. I mean the dude can snipe. The dude's got a solid BR.
He definitely hasn't had the success that some of the other guys have had in other games.
I mean, yeah, but you look at Snipe Down. That guy's been playing Snipe Down. He won the truck, right? No, Strong Side. I'm sorry. Okay, so Strong Side. Snipe Down's
working for 343 now.
Yeah, on the new Halo 5. But but Strong Side, he won that truck. That guy's been playing same thing as Snipe Down ever since the Halo 2. They were both in, big Halo 2 teams.
Man, I'm just super pumped now that Halo's back. It's competitive. We're seeing it on Twitch.
Yeah, it's gonna get bigger, and it's only gonna get bigger and better.
For being the only game we like to play, it's nice to have a little bit of representation. We don't play Call of Duty.
No, I don't. Yeah,
we don't play Minecraft. We play Halo. Anytime we have extra to play our video games on the weekends, we both have wife, we're both kids, both have full-time jobs, keeping up our families. We got our 10 hours a week, real late at night to play our Halo against matchmaking against each other with our friends. I lost where I'm going here. Where am I going?
We're watching the finals right now. Watching Snipe Down do good work.
It's keeping me a little bit distracted. But anyway, thank you to Iron Gaming. Thank you to any of the other people that are putting the tournaments together, getting the money, getting the sponsorships, getting the players to show up.
PGL, they host constant.
PGL's great. That's a nice little setup.
They host constant games that you can go on and just make your PGL account.
Similar to Game Battles. If you're familiar with Game Battles, check out PGL because they have another, like a separate matchmaking hopper type of thing. It's not really a hopper in the sense that you get automatically connected. But what you'll do is you go on, you say you're ready for a fight. Somebody will say.
Basically, you'll join a custom game.
Yeah, it's basically custom matchmaking.
It match makes you through the website, and then you join the guy. And
right. Send a message. Hey,
and then you verify your scores through the website. Right. And you can get a rank through the website. As in placing and all that.
Nice.
But DLG is not.
I love King.
Yeah,
that's about for me. King on Lockout is like the only way I can handle this map.
Honestly, Lockout's not for me, and it plays really well watching the competitive players play on it. It plays really well, but for me as a person that's not that good. Yeah, I know, you're right. I wasn't a Halo 2 guy, and I honestly didn't enjoy any iteration of this map. I didn't like the really dark one from Halo 3. Yeah, but I didn't. And they had the one in Halo 4. That was probably the one that I liked the best out of any of them. Lockout, Lockdown.
What could that have been? Because it's Halo 4 mechanics, which you loved.
I liked Halo 4 mechanics. I liked Reach mechanics. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with CE or 2 or 3 because those are all great games and those brought Halo to where it was today. Myself, though, as a newer player, not so much in the old ones, I prefer the Reach mechanics and the 4 mechanics, which is why Halo 2 Anniversary translates so well because that's based on the 4 engine.
Are you seeing Snipe down here just laying waste?
It's nothing new with this guy.
Story,
yeah, it's nothing new with this guy. This guy, he's really, really an artist with that guy.
Out of our group, I'm probably the best out of our group, and I think I'm the shit when it's just us playing. But I watch some of these guys play these little twitch snaps they make with the sniper rifle, just little sweeping shots, quick scopes. It just lets me know that they're on another level, and I'm not all the shit that I think.
Oh yeah, no, these guys. What gets me is how when they're jumping through the air and their reticle never comes off of the head.
It's perfect.
Never.
And you'll notice, too, whenever they come around a corner and they're lining up their shots, their reticle snaps exactly to where the door is at head level.
Yeah, head level. That's the thing, too, because like when I'm aiming, I'm hitting body every time. These guys, they're really good. I mean, obviously, we're not on the same level as any of these guys. And like I said, I run an even KD on every Halo game I play. So
sure, I'm at best a 1.5 to 1. But the KD's not everything, too. It's more win percentage.
Yeah, no, and I mean, myself, I feel like I'm a great team player. I'm good to have on your team for backup. I'm good for assists. I like to play anyway. So
enough circle jerk about us. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and take off this. We'll visit this back later on in the show. Let's go ahead and talk about a little bit about the patch 343 put out last week, Monday, I believe, the 7th.
Yeah, the 12-7.
Our experience with it is single player, you can easily enough get a match.
Yeah. Single player, there's never really ever had an issue getting a match with a single player. Even before the last 2 patches, even before the 12.
I won't say that it has been my experience, so to speak, but I will say I saw a little hint on Reddit. I don't remember the guy's name. All credit where it's due. Start a custom game, drop it, get all the way into the match, and just immediately into custom game, and then try to go to your matchmaking again. That seems for some reason to reset whatever global variable. I don't know. I'm going to try to sound smart and say that I know there's some sort of programming jargon that it changes that makes it easier to get into a match. I don't know. I gotta get this. I gotta pause this off the other screen here. We still got the Iron Games up on the other.
Yeah, that's what I was just telling you. Mute that tourney.
Yeah, take that off.
But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, when the game works, it works great. It's very playable, and it doesn't matter if you're playing all the way C to 4. Everything in there plays very nicely. It's all looks beautiful. My whole problem with it though is the party system. You can stay in a party with your friends if you'd like. You can, and if you can, sometimes you're not hearing them.
Sometimes it works. Oh man, last night we were playing. We met up a new guy. Cool, which is cool. We very rarely bring a new guy into the group, new friend and whatnot. On
we played.
What's his name? Smidge.
Smidge. Yeah, we played.
Smidge. Shout out Smidge. We were getting in games. We were getting pretty consistently, but strangely enough, during a match, one of us, generally every match, one of us wouldn't be able to hear one of the other players. So I might be able to hear Pecker, but he wouldn't be able to hear me, but he'd be able to hear Smidge.
Yeah, or it'd be like Smidge could hear me, but he couldn't hear Pigpen, but I could hear Pigpen, but Smidge couldn't hear me. So we were all it was like a big, just
like a rock, paper, scissors of conversation.
Yeah, like a musical chairs on who could hear each other. And every time we backed out, it was somebody different. You know what I mean? It'd be like I could hear Pigpen, but I couldn't hear Smidge, but Smidge could hear Pigpen, but he couldn't hear me, and Pigpen could hear me, but not Smidge. It was what I'm getting at is that the party system is still subpar at best.
I mean, if it worked like it was supposed to, it's perfect. That's what we need.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like it did in Halo 4, Halo Reach, Halo 3.
Yeah, those were
after
great.
a match, you stick in your lobby, and you've still got all your people. Now there's this weird delay where you can't tell if you're still in your party or not. There's a paranoia that you're disconnected because it's not working.
Yeah, and then you back out, and you've already lost it when you could have stayed in for 15 seconds and been safe. It's very confusing is what it is, and it's not as easily navigatable as before. Whereas before, like in Halo 3, press X to party up. Okay, so you partied up with the people that you were playing against.
Right.
The post-game trash talk in Halo 4 was great because you could just stay in, and it would search. People could quit, but it would still stay searching.
First 6 months or maybe even a year of Halo 4, there was no post.
There was no pre-lobby or nothing. The only people you could hear were on your team. Yeah, you could not speak to the other team. You're right.
Shit.
And when they brought that back, that was great. That was right a little bit after they brought back the red X's when they brought back the pre-game lobby chat.
Yeah, it was probably about 6 to 8 months into the Halo 4 cycle. I'm not going to.
It was a little bit further than that because it was a good 6 months before the weapons tuning. That was in April of 11.
4-shot BR. Did they do the 4-shot BR at the same time? They
nerfed the bullshot and the DMR before they did the weapons tuning. That was 2 major things they had to do before they did the weapons tuning. They did the bolt shot. Everyone was crazy about, which that's another argument altogether. Why was the pre-patch bolt shot not okay, but a BXR is okay? Because in my mind, essentially, the bolt shot is almost it takes as much skill to do as a BXR. Okay, it's a button combo and then there's a charge to it. They're both one-shot kills. They're both close range. So. And that's something like I said.
I guess if you're close enough, BXR is a one-shot kill.
Yeah, BXR is a one-shot kill. Okay, so that's what I was getting. And me not being a competitive player, I watch everybody's. They drool over the BXR. I love the button glitches, the super bounces, the BXRs, and that's fine and everything, and that's good. But what I'm getting is those same people that bitched about Halo 4. They were complaining that bolt shot was too much, and it was. And I'm not going to disagree with that. But how can the bolt shot be too much when you got a button glitch called the BXR or the BX or the quad shots?
If anyone out there is longing for their turn to the BXR, while at the same time shitting all over the pre-patch bolt shot,
yeah,
you got to wonder where their hypocrisy ends.
It's the same thing. In my personal opinion, I feel like the pre-patch bolt shot from Halo 4 and the BXR from Halo 2 are much like the same thing.
Sure, I'll agree with you there.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and think about beating on a dead mow. This is a feature we're going to start trying to do, kind of beat a dead horse.
Yeah, a conversation topic that's been beaten and talked about.
What do you think about this?
Cows come home.
What's something that's been just beat on? Our Armor Lock is a good one.
That'd be a great one. I love Armor Lock myself.
I hate Armor Lock.
And when I use it, I get dirty, nasty messages every time, and people call me the Armor Lock bitch.
Well, you're Armor Lock noob. That's true. They're not wrong. They're not wrong.
In my defense, when Armor Lock first came out, it was a noob armor ability, but as people started to get used to it, you really couldn't very well just run up an Armor Lock on somebody anymore and then pop your shields.
Got a little more patient.
Unfortunately, it started requiring a certain element of skill to it because like I said, that I was talking to a guy on a forum the other day, and he was asking me if that was my personal opinion. I said, yes, check my reach service record. I have over 10,000 rejections, and then upwards of 12, 13,000 EMP blasts. So yeah, I loved Armor Lock.
Yeah, just a little bit. Do you know if Halo Tracker has leaderboards for reach on the number of EMPs? Because I'd love to see where you're at on that.
Oh man, I don't know.
For as many games of Halo 4 you have.
I've got about 5,000 games. Oh no, that's just one. I've got about 9,000 games played of Halo 4.
Right.
Of Halo Reach.
4,300 and something games of Halo 4 played.
Over 50 days.
Yeah, it's sick. I played way too much Halo.
Yeah, but I love Halo, and that's what we're doing here.
So anyway, back to the Armor Lock. My problem with it was, and the same thing you'll hear from every person out in the community, this is nothing new. It slows the match down. It allows a noob to sit back and maybe get closer to the point of, holding out to his shields to come back up, for his team to come around and finish you off.
Again, let me stop you right there. That adds depthness to the game to me, and as much like the sprint argument, as this being an armor ability, yeah, I lock down. I've got 8 seconds. Now that 8 seconds this guy can stand here and watch me. He can try to run up on me, in which I'll pop up Armor Lock and just melee.
I don't disagree that there's a skill.
But my team, when I lock down, and see, this is really the only reason that you can do this really good is because you got to know where your team's at. If you've got guys behind you and you run down in a lock, what's it take to 5-shot somebody with a DMR? 3 seconds,
roughly.
3.5 tops, even if you miss one.
Sure.
Okay, so I've got 8 seconds. Even if I'm one shot. And I've got 2 teammates behind me, and there's 2 guys spacing me. I lock down. My teammates can take those 2 guys out, and I won't die.
Unfortunately, which you should die. You're being rewarded. You're given a get out of jail free card. Like,
no. I look at it like baiting. Yeah. This is how I look at it. I bait people in with it. Is what I do, and that's where the whole skill comes into it with. So I run around a corner. I'm weak as hell. The guy gets 3 BR shots at me and nicks me with a grenade. He knows I'm one shot. I run around the corner where on my radar I see 2 of my teammates. He runs after me. I lock down. I baited him into a 3-on-1.
So you're saying it might not have been your initial plan to bait this sumbitch to run into your teammates?
No, my initial plan is for him to come up like a moron, me lock down, pop his shields, and melee him. It's
convenient though for you that your teammates were close. I mean, it's not so
no. Convenient, but you have to make it convenient. You can't just go out on their side of the map where they control a portion of the map and just lock up. You can't do that.
Well, it ain't gonna work, true.
Well, no, you can do that, but it's not going to do you any good. You're going to die because all they have to do is just step back and team shoot you. But when you've got guys behind you,
the majority of your people don't think of Armor Lock as you play. They think of it as, I'm getting ready to fucking die. I'm going to drop down. And now, as any normal person out there playing, as somebody who's got just a regular new Halo player, it's frustrating. You have to wait this 8 seconds. There's none of their friends around. You got to wait 8 seconds to just headshot them because they're coming out. You're not going to get killed.
I like to think of it as a battering ram. If you're going into battle and you're going to break down this castle's gates, you need a battering ram. If I'll tell you another thing, if Halo Reach had a distraction medal, I would have the top on that because I'll rush into 2 or 3 guys with my guys, maybe 20 meters behind me. I'll lock up as a battering ram, pop 2 of their shields, then lock back up, and then my guys have got 1-shots. All they got to do is take care of the 1-shots. Boom, boom, boom. We've all survived. I got 2 assists, 2 EMPs.Maybe I didn't get a kill, but I assisted in 2 killings. You know what I mean? Even as a support role, the Armor Lock's really good. And that's just me personally. I feel like I can use it as a support, as a main slayer. And, everybody's opinions on it are different. Everyone, that's why this is beat a dead mo.
I'll finish
this is a 3 or 4-year-old argument that we're having.
We'll never agree on this subject. Fuck Armor Lock. Fuck you for using it, basically.
I like it, man.
Long story short, it worked in the Reach sandbox. I'm not going to say it didn't.
No, it did. And it wasn't overpowered, I don't feel like. I feel like...
If you say that's overpowered, then you got to say that the fucking jetpack that you can fly to the moon and back on one tank.
Yeah. If you can travel from one end of the map to the other without touching the ground...
You can jump on sword base, like where the sniper spawns on bottom sword base, fly all the way up to the top, far lift bridge.
Yeah, right outside the lift room. Yeah.
That's just a little overpowered. 4s had it pretty real right for balance as far as jetpack goes. That being said, I'd rather play a game without jetpack. I'd rather play a game without armor lock. I'd rather play a game.
Not me. I like it. I like the thruster pack. The thruster pack to me was
Thruster
great.
pack's cool.
The thruster pack was cool.
And I agree with its inclusion as a base Spartan ability in Halo 5.
Yeah, that was solid. All I used in Halo 4 was the thruster pack.
Sure. All right, let's move along. I think we beat this week's dead horse. We've not moved either of us on the subject anymore.
Yeah, we probably won't, though, because every time I still play Reach, I'm still going to pick armor lock. And I love it. And it's great because, like, you can hear a grenade ping at your feet. Any other...
Let's talk about title update, though. Whenever the title update came out, that was the best thing ever.
When they title updated the armor lock, it kind of... Okay, now maybe it did balance it a little bit, I guess, because, okay, so before the title update, somebody could stick you with a grenade, you could armor lock and shoot the grenade back off of you, even back at them, and earn a kill or a suicide for them if they haven't touched you yet. After the title update, if you were stuck, you were stuck. No matter if you locked up or not, it killed you. It was
Which I thought was cool.
And they changed the timing of how long it took.
Doesn't make sense, like...
No, like I said, it balanced it better. It really did. But another thing that they did with the title update was they changed the timing that it takes that you have to be down to pop somebody's shields. Before the title update, if you're just playing Team Slayer and Reach, you go down immediately. You can just right back up and pop their shields.
Yeah, but when you're half a second to just engage.
When you're playing title update, you have to be down for like 2 seconds in order to come back up
to
and
generate
pop
enough for an EMP.
Exactly. Yeah. So they did balance it a little better after title update. Maybe it was a little bit too much for most people before the title update. I don't mind either way.
All these hokey armor abilities and one-shot kill weapons are a little OP on first inception. And I'm going to blame that a little bit on no beta.
No beta for 4.
Yeah, at least for the fucking bolt shot motherfucker.
Yeah.
Anyway, that MOA's been beaten. It'll still lay here and we'll beat on it again.
Oh, yeah,
sure,
definitely.
Let's go on and think about...
what my big complaint about the Master Chief Collection is nobody picks objective games. I love Master Chief Collection. I enjoy Halo 1, not as much as I enjoy Halo 3 or 4, and 2's right up there too, the anniversary. But nobody picks objectives. It's Slayer BRs every time. And I get it, everybody loves Slayer BRs. The battle rifle is considered the best weapon in Halo. It's your go-to weapon, it's your utility weapon, it's everything you need. And I'm not disagreeing with that. What I am saying is it's not good for Halo, the battle rifle starts. And let me explain why. What I'm thinking is, okay, if everyone starts with of course, in my personal opinion, which is nothing, and don't get me wrong, I agree that on competitive Halo, they need the BR starts, the tournaments, all the pro push. That's where that belongs, and I agree that. But in matchmaking, I feel like BR starts should be 1/10 of your picks. No one's picking objective. Everyone's picking BR. And BR hinders your games. And
Timeout. Tangent. I got a tangent.
What do you got?
Map voting as it works now. A lot of people are calling for the old veto system, whereas the old veto system worked like this.
I agree.
The system picked a map, picked a game type, and you had either the choice to play that game type or veto it and get one other choice. If you didn't like it, you're taking a pot shot.
Yeah, tough shit, because you had to play it.
I wouldn't mind seeing that come back.
No, you're right. The system from Reach wasn't bad, but I agree the veto system is going to add more variety in what we play, and that's what I'm wanting. Because, like I said, I have not played one single game of Capture the Flag on the Master Chief Collection yet. I played one game of 3 plots, and everything else has literally been Slayer BRs, dude. It doesn't matter if it's in Halo 3, doesn't matter if it's in Halo 2 Classic. Of course, you're not going to play Slayer BRs in CE, but it doesn't matter if it's in Halo 2 Anniversary. Sure. It's Slayer BRs all the way around, and I'm not saying that it doesn't have its place. But what I'm saying is, think of it like this: when everybody starts with a BR, there's really no incentive to move around the map other than to just get a power weapon. You know what I mean? If everyone starts with an automatic rifle, whether it be an SMG or an AR, whatever you want, you have to go out and push for the BR.
So what you're saying, it becomes basically a game of tennis. You're shooting across the net at the other player.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm getting at. There's really no reason to move around anywhere. You know what I mean? And a BR is so much more deadly when you're the only one that has
it. The games are much more dynamic. Every person, whenever they spawn, first thing they got to think about is position and weaponry.
It makes me make a game plan when I don't have a BR. When I have a BR and I can sit back and just pot shot everybody, I don't now need a game plan.
Zoom in, take a quick scope around. Who do you see? Who can you put shots on? Who can you help get the assist? Which is cool and makes for fun matches, but it's not the same dynamic. It's not how Halo 1 was.
Exactly.
It's not the fucking 10,000 hours I played on Blood Gulch, Halo Trial with the pistol.
And like I said, I'm not saying that BRs don't need to be in the game, because they are one of the best weapons in the game. But think about how much better a battle rifle is when you're fighting people that's got AR.
It's a tier 2 weapon if you think about it. You start with tier 1, which is your
That's
automatic.
exactly my point. People bitched about the loadouts in Halo 4 all the time. Well, okay, this is like giving yourself a needler, a Halo 4 needler. Because a lot of people are going to say the needler sucked in every other game. Give yourself a Halo 4 needler. That thing's like an atomic bomb.
Yeah, we've had our issues between me and you.
I like the needler.
We'll go into that some other day about
I like the needler.
your bullshit needler usage.
But I just feel like that when you start with a BR, it doesn't give you any incentive to move around the map. It makes for boring, stale games. And like you said, much with the armor lock, it slows gameplay down. It really does. Because and what Halo's about is controlling the map, controlling areas of the map. So when the power weapons spawn, you get them, and you can hold map control over the certain areas at certain times.
Right.
When you've got a BR, it doesn't really matter if you control an area or not, because you can just find your own area and just all back. You're
making the same argument that the other people made for why no random ordnance in Halo 4. Whereas the fact that you used to have to work for that part of the map to get your rockets where now they're just coming down. It's the same thing but in reverse. Now you're getting your BR right off the bat, which is it's very similar to how I can just call my own rocket launcher down.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm getting at. In the right hands, in capable hands, a battle rifle is a power weapon against somebody that's got an assault rifle.
Right.
And when you're the only one that's got a battle rifle, you can literally at range beat 2 guys with assault rifles.
If you're right.
And I just feel like that it takes away from the game. It takes away from how exciting it can be whenever there's just AR starts.
Sure, I agree. You kind of tangented there, but you were talking about how you never see objective game types. You're seeing these BR starts as the basically one and only.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
But 80% of the time.
Yeah, no, you're right. 7 or 8 out of 10 is a BR.
Yep. It would be great to play some, ball, some flag, some fucking.
Yeah, I love objective games. I
love Ricochet.
Ricochet was a lot of fun. Ricochet was a lot of fun.
I wish I would have brought Turkey Bowl back this year, but
Turkey Bowl was
easy working matchmaking.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we could sit here and tell about what's wrong with it all day. First thing they got to fix is the party system. That party system's just gets bad.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna beat that dead horse all day long.
But I do faithfully believe they will get this game straightened up and in rock solid operating condition at the most by the middle of January. I mean, if they wait any longer than that, you know what I mean? They're flushing millions down.
December 29th, Halo 5 Guardians multiplayer beta comes out. Basically, that's going to give them 3 weeks of put their nose to the grindstone and be able to work without a lot of people bitching.
Yeah,
I bet we don't see a lot of patches
the game a lot.
Mm-hmm. I bet we don't see a lot of patch during that time, honestly. That's going to be them, at least their Master Chief team.
It'll be one big patch at the end.
Exactly. They got 3 weeks of low use and low bitching for people to try out the new game. I wouldn't be surprised if only 10% of the population remains on Master Chief. Maybe more than that. I might get carried away, but because a lot of people bag on 5, it's just not the right direction.
I'm going to play every bit of it to the fullest extent. Yeah, I'm gonna play, and that's something that people are experiencing with Halo 4 right now. As much as competitive as it wasn't very competitive, and that's why a lot of people hated on it. But a lot of people are finding out right now that Halo 4 was a really fun game. Okay, it might not have been the most competitive game, and there might have been even randomness to it, but it was a fun game.
Here's how you describe Halo 4 in context of the rest of the series. Think about it like playlists. It's the action sack of Halo.
Okay, yeah, if you want to say that.
Halo 4 is the action sack of Halo. It's goofy. You never know what you're going to get, but it's fun.
It was a much needed break from the seriousness, in my opinion.
It was a 2-year-long game of action sack.
A 2-year-long game of action sack. That's a great way to describe Halo 4. A 2-year-long game of action sack.
But as far as you're saying, no objective games, that segs me into what we want to talk about playlists currently. There's no hardcore objective playlist.
Yeah,
but you get playlists and or objective in any of the hoppers
and like I said before, my BR is not as solid to go into the Halo Championship playlist and play, because that's where the objective games are. That's where you're going to find a good solid objective
every time, usually in your voting, but nobody grabs it.
Nobody votes for it, man. Nobody likes to play assault on Zanzibar, which is what I'd like to play one flag on that, or.
I agree.
I personally like objective games, and I feel like in the Master Chief Collection, nobody's playing them. They're all picking BRs.
People realize that BR starts are in objective games. Most objective games just start with BR.
Don't get that, and pretty much Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4, your objective
After
games.
You fuckers only care about getting kills, I hate to give you this piece of advice, but there's no kill limit in objective. You can sit back if that's your thing and take pot shots all day long with your BR for longer than you can in the
Yeah, but I hate people to do that.
hate
I can't stand it if you're playing.
But I'll say whatever I can to get some of these people to get into
5v5 capture the flag.
Not on my
and
team.
you've got only 3 of your people working towards capturing the flag.
Sure.
You got 2 of your guys sitting back in the bench just collecting kills. Yeah, they went 45-0, but your team lost 5-0.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like, and those are the games. That's why I'm an even player, because I'll constantly for the 15 minutes push that flag and defend our flag.
No,
and I'm gonna go 20-40. Yeah, this guy went 40-0, and I went 20-40, but I played that objective so hard.
And when it really matters in the end, whenever our ranks are coming, or they're
when the ranking systems come out, it doesn't have nothing to do with KD. It's all about your wins.
It's all about your wins. And another point that's brought up a lot on our Halo is the amount of people that quit. You know, you're down by 10 kills in a 4v4 or fucking 3v5 matches or whatever they are.
Quit is a loss anyway, right?
Right, but people don't care about the loss, which is unfortunate. But they're just quitting out, and then you're left to deal with it. But once all the ranks are back in, and you get to your more stable rank, even if you're stable rank around 15, people at that level generally do care about their rank. At least they care about winning and losing. They're not your 1 through 10s who've just started and they played one night and got up to a 10 by whatever luck or whatever. The people are invested eventually, and that's what makes the game ranks important, because you play for a reason. And every game you have a chance to up your rank, and that's what's fun.
Yeah, well, it's a goal to work toward, and it's a way to make yourself better too, because you can't get a higher rank without getting better,
and you can't get a higher rank generally as the lone wolf. So that changes. Like Halo 4 was all about your personal stats.
Yeah, dude. Halo 4 was a lone wolf game. Even in big team, I mean, you could play as a team, but you would do just as good to play by yourself.
I think. Let me toot my own horn here on some of my stats. In Halo 4, Halo Tracker website, some of their leaderboards, I was like over the majority of Halo 4, I was number 60 or so in kills per game.
I had number 68 in melees.
Very good, very good. But I'm just saying, kills per game on average, I had something like 21 kills per game. Great. I'm number 60-ish in the U.S. That's great. My win percentage was only in the 60s because I'm lone wolfing it, and my team itself isn't team-minded. We weren't team-minded.
Even though you're going 25 and 30 kills a game with 10 or 15 deaths, your team's not. Yeah.
Right. So it didn't pay for me to be a lone wolf and fucking maniac killer as I was. Could have had more wins, which is honestly more important in the long run. Keep it on with the playlist. What kind of playlist we need to be seeing? We need to be seeing an objective.
There needs to be an objective playlist, yeah. Whether it be 4v4 or 5v5, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
5v5 is probably better for objective. That's generally the way it goes.
Yeah, and a lot of the maps like on Halo 2 and Halo 1 for objective are going to suit better on a 5v5 than a 4v4 just because they're a little bit bigger. I think myself personally, Last Resort, Zanzibar, whatever you want to call it, they've renamed it again in the H2A. That map is terrible for just a regular 4v4 Slayer. It's honestly really big, I feel like, for a 4v4 Slayer. And that's just my opinion, you know what I mean?
Speaking of Zanzibar, in another playlist, we were talking about this earlier, wouldn't that be a fun map for multi-team?
Yes, yeah, that's another playlist that needs to be added. Something fierce. Multi-team. Multi-team was a great playlist, and multi-team was great for a number of reasons. Multi-team was good because myself, I liked all the chaos, but you also had objective in there too. So if you got, say, me, Pigpen, and one of our busted buddies, we would play. We could do Headhunter, which was but there was also Oddball. There was 3 plots. There was Stockpile. And then you could play regular Slayer also in multi-team.
Sure.
Multi-team was great, and I liked it more. I liked it more than big team, and this is why. Because in big team you have 16 players, 8 opponents on a humongous map. So that means you have 8 people trying to kill you on a humongous map. But in multi-team, you would play something like on a smaller map. You have 9.
Before you go any further than that, you had 8 opponents split between your 8 teammates.
Yes. Okay, yeah, there you go. Another great point. So you're trying to kill 8 people, but so are the rest of people on your team.
Your other 18 players.
Now in multi-team, you've got 12 people on a small map, and you've only got 3 teammates. That means you got to split. You only got to worry about 3 other people, but you have 9 enemies. You have more enemies on a smaller map with less other people trying to kill them.
It's like team-based free-for-all.
Yeah, it's Rumble with a team. Rumble team. That's what multi-team is Rumble team, and I like that. I really like the chaos and the high energy, the fast-paced action of multi-team. That's definitely got to make it.
It was something that I was so pissed was not all the time in Halo 4. It made the rotational hopper maybe 2 or 3 times.
I think 3 times total. I think I maintained like a 34 CSR in multi-team.
Sure.
I loved multi-team. Multi-team was great.
We'll have to talk about CSR sometimes and sometime what that meant to Halo 4. Not today, but sometime that weird ranking system they came up
Yeah,
with.
the competitive skill ranks. Not in game.
Blah, blah, blah. We'll come back to that.
Yeah, Reverb really did a good job with that, though, too. That CSR rankings, the quickcsr.com.
Oh, yeah. I love that. I just really wish it would have been a game. It was always a pain in the ass. You'd be talking with people, and they wouldn't even know what CSR is.
That's the thing. The community that played Halo 4, they brought that CSR out after the fact, and
10 months.
Yeah, well,
whatever.
the people that didn't follow any forums, they wouldn't know anything about it. You would ask people, "What's your CSR in this playlist?" And they're like, "CSR," and it's like
customer service representative.
Yeah, they would have no idea what it was,
Sure.
and it's like, wait, I have ranks. And I'm like, yeah, man, go on to quickcsr.com, type your gamer
There were
tag.
several of them. You can go on leafapp.io. I think that's what that was called. Halo Tracker had a decent CSR tool.
Yeah.
Doubles. That's another playlist we need.
Yeah, doubles is great. You got to have doubles. Doubles has to come back. Doubles has to come back for that. That to me, that's as competitive as I like to get is doubles, and doubles is a pretty competitive playlist.
If you can't field a team of 4, you can damn well usually field a team of 2. For some competitive play.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you don't want to go in by yourself, you can get a partner, and doubles is great, man. Doubles, you don't got to worry about getting cleaned up.
It was a fun list in Halo 4, honestly.
Yeah, no, doubles is a fun list in any game. Doubles,
sure.
and it's 2v2. Like I said, that's pretty competitive because it's basically just you and your partner, and communication's a must in doubles. Communication, you got to have a mic. So doubles was a great playlist. I like doubles.
I loved it.
Yeah, it made for a lot of good tight games. A lot of good games, and you'd always know, man. You'd meet a couple guys in doubles, and that there were guys that you could tell that there were guys that played doubles, and that's all that they played.
That's true.
You know what I mean? As decent as you are, and as average as I am, there'd be guys, man, we'd get against and just
they 25-5 us.
25
there was
to 5,
games where we 25-2 people. I'd have a perfection. I'd have 15 kills. You'd have 10.
Yeah, with 1 or 2 deaths. Yeah, I mean,
and then we're like, we're fucking this whole playlist up, and then the next game we get matched with these.
And we're doing like a 25-24 game. But doubles was fun, man. Doubles was a lot of fun.
It was fun.
It was something that you could consistently play.
Agreed.
It wasn't something that you wanted to switch playlist all the time.
Agreed. You can play 10 games of doubles in a row and not get tired of it.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with multi-team, man. I feel like multi-team was the same way, dude. I could play multi-team all night long.
Right, I agree.
Yeah, they definitely got to work on the playlist. They definitely got to work on the party system.
Dedicated servers.
Dedicated servers, yeah.
They can't even bring ranks back, in my opinion, until dedicated servers are fully working. Or
there's really going to be no point in it. You got people doing the standby.
Whenever you teased it with us for all this time.
Well, and right now there's still exploits that people are using, even in the Master Chief Collection on Xbox One to rank up to and then you got standbyers.
Right.
There's until we get to dedicated servers, and there's really no reason to cheat anymore. You can't. You can implement the ranks all you want, but they're never going to mean anything. You're always constantly going to have to reset them because you're going to have people that are cheating. And
speaking of reset, it's a little bit of a swerve. Last night when we were playing, in between 2 games, I was a level 5 in H2A. And just after that game, I got reset to no rank.
Yeah, where I stayed a 7.
Yeah.
I stayed a rank 7. We were playing an H2A game ranked, and he was a 5. I was a 7. And we won the game. It reset his rank to a 0. I stayed a 7. I don't know. So maybe something you should look at, 343. among others.
Can't wait for it to get fixed. Not going to be any other games we're playing, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It sucks that our favorite game is shitting on us.
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating. I spent the last 4 or 5 years, and I do have an absolute love for Halo.
I don't play nothing else.
I don't play anything else.
If I got a computer around, I might play some like Age of Empires, something, the little flash games, Tower Defense, something like that. Majority of my gaming time, actually all of my gaming time, is Halo. Yeah,
no, you're right. It's either Reach, 4, the Master Chief Collection, which would be 1, 2, 3, or 4.
I don't even have that.
And I played. I played Spartan Assault last night for about an hour and a half, and because I'd never played that before, and I couldn't get a game with anybody. No one was on, and the people that were on, I couldn't hear, and so I was frustrated. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going to go play Spartan Assault." I played about an hour and a half of that, and that was a lot of fun too. So what I'm getting at is it's the universe. It's I can get a sniper rifle in Spartan Assault the same as it's a sniper rifle. So
you can also get Killionaires a little bit easier in Spartan Assault.
Huh?
Said you can get some Killionaires.
Yeah. I think I've maybe had 2 competitive Killionaires.
Really, you've had 2?
2, yeah.
I think that's about all I've had as well.
Yeah,
like my entire career.
Yeah, that's it. 2.
They're not easy. I think I had one in multi-team.
I had one in that was mine. Multi-team on sword base. Multi-team on sword base.
For me, it was Halo 4 multi-team SWAT on Abandon. I was out on the beach on Abandon, just looking over at the little sniper perch on the right.
Uh-huh.
Then I'd swing over to the forest back by like the saw spawn area.
Yeah.
Just boom, boom. Here comes somebody jumping off the overshield spawn. Bang, bang, bang. I got like 13 kills in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my most recent killing. That being said, let's go ahead and try to get it wrapped up this time. It's been fun. This has been our inaugural show.
Yes,
Thanks for being
first
with us.
show. Pig and Pecker.
Actually,
Shots fired.
I say thank you for being with us, but we haven't been broadcasting. We're just recording this. We're going to throw it up on YouTube. Is more or less.
Yeah. If you guys have anything to say, any comments, anything you'd like to talk to us about, you want us to
you
address,
can email me at Pigpen at
community
Shotsfired
subjects.
Show. Pigpen at shotsfiredshow.com. You can find us on Twitter. We're not really active yet, but at Shotsfired Show on Twitter. We don't have a Facebook yet, but we'll eventually get to that. Our website, shotsfiredshow.com. We're going to be posting all of our podcasts on Shotsfired Show for archive. One thing I want to shout out to is Ignotainment. That's the network that's sponsoring our podcast. They bought all the equipment. They're going to be gussying up the studio we're working in now. Right now it's just an office in our building that we've thrown some foam on the walls.
No, this is not just an office. This is a Halo studio right here. That's what this is.
Halo studio in the making.
Yes, yeah. This
Sure.
It can only get better. But yeah, I'd just like to say one thing. We're no professionals, but we do love Halo, and that's what we're here for. We're here to talk about Halo. We're here to talk about everything Halo. There's nothing that's off limits. There's not Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3 shots fired. This is Halo anything. And everything's open for discussion. We might not know everything, but what we don't know, we will figure out. So, you got questions, comments, anything, anybody, no problem. Just get a hold of us, Twitch TV, shotsfiredshow.com. We enjoy it. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching.
It's been fun, man. First show. Hopefully many more.
Yes.
Boom!
All right. Have a good one. Later. Yeah, that wasn't too